So the New Orleans Pelicans 2025 schedule has just been released. And you know it's only right that we break this down right now in the Pelican Scoop. Y'all know what to do. Cue my music.
This is the Pelican Scoop with Jordan Kitchens, breaking down everything under the sun about your New Orleans Pelicans. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay on top of your Pels content. Now, running point, here's Jordan.
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of the Pelican Scoop. I am your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens, and ladies and gentlemen, the New Orleans Pelicans 2025-2026 schedule has been released yesterday, matter of fact. Pelicans did a little bad luck, little Curse City type of ordeal, little schedule release video. Yeah, yo.
What's down, fo?
Nothing, man. Just saying what's up with you. You ready for the season?
Yeah, I can't lie. We been putting in work over here.
Listen, man, I hope you're doing more than hitting the gym. You know, word on the street, the Pelicans cursed.
Curse?
Yeah, cursed, man. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all need to figure out what the hell is going on.
You tripping, gang. I'm gonna hit you later.
What's up, Trey?
Bro, what are you doing?
Just getting rid of this old mirror.
What are we doing here?
I'm having some king cake. Do you want some?
No, it's August. Damn. Now I think about it, maybe we do need to make some changes. Herb Jones.
Lock them up. Whoa. Move around. Gotta move around. Yo, put the hammer down, bro. What's going on?
Do you want a slice?
Oh, for sure. And the trash when it's Mardi Gras season.
Schedule release video. Yeah, y'all can sit there and poke fun Pelicans, but goddamn it, we believe it. All right, y'all can sit there and be like, oh, look, we're not cursed and all this, but until y'all show us that y'all not cursed, y'all are cursed, bro. Y'all sitting there putting black cats in broken mirror. Hey, goddamn it, chill out, bro. We already don't have good luck. Don't make it worse, okay? Don't make the matter at hand worse. Come on, man. Don't do that. But anyways, it's not about the Pelicans and their little release video. It was a good video. I'm not acting like it was not good. It was a good video, but damn, don't give us worse luck. Our luck is already bad. But you see from the title of this video, you're like, the Gauntlet. Yeah, brother. Unfortunately, we got a gauntlet. So listen, it's an 82 game season, all right? So last season, I broke down like the whole schedule kind of, and I was like, all right, well, I feel like this stretch here and all this, I'm not doing that this year. Reason why I'm not doing that this year, because certain teams are going to rise, certain teams are going to fall. So sitting here, you know, jumping out and trying to do like, oh, well, I think in January, we got this road stretch right here against these teams and whatnot. Like, you don't know who's going to be hurt, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So this year, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first 10 and we're going to look at the last 10. We're going to look, because I feel like in two instances, these are the most important stretches of the whole season. You can say that about every team, but this team specifically, the Pelicans, they start so slow. And that, I feel like, always kicks them in the you-know-what later down the line, is that they have to play catch-up. Instead of already being up and having room for error to, you know, to maybe drop a game here or two there, you know, somebody get hurt, you got to, you know, implement this guy into the lineup, you know, just giving yourself room for error. They don't do that. All right, they start out slow and they got to sit there and dig their way out the hole. And again, this team needs to make the playoffs. So I feel like the last 10 are extremely important, because that's going to sit there and determine your seeding in the West. That's going to sit there and just determine the season in general. So we're going to look at the first 10. We're going to look at the last 10. And I feel like we got to Gauntlet. So as you see from the screenshot on the screen, the Pelicans kick off the 2025 season in the 901. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, man. M's in the building. We're going there. Ja Morant, Zion Williamson. Good. Get them while they're both healthy, right? The NBA, I like this matchup. Get them while they're both healthy. And honestly, this should have been the rivalry. The Grizzlies and the Pelicans, if the Pelicans didn't just fall off a cliff and the Grizzlies be trying to beef with everybody, like, this is who the rivalry's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Ja Morant and Zion Williamson, even though they're from the same goddamn city. They play on the same AAU team, both from South Carolina. in the league at the same exact time. I mean, same draft and everything. Like, these boys is supposed to been the rivalry. Now, Ja over there with the guns and, whatever. He got his little thing on Zion. We know about Zion. So I feel like this is a good, matchup because these boys both miss a lot of games. So good for the NBA, man. But we got to kick it off in Memphis, man. They're going to hit that, whip that trick and all that. So you go from Memphis, follow it up at home against the Spurs, Wemby in town. Then you're at home against the Celtics. No Tatum, but it's still the Boston Celtics. It's early in the season. They're not going to be in that mode where they're trying to just lose outright. I don't even think they're going to lose outright. Like, a team like that just came off a championship, 2 years ago at this point? They still got guys. We're not going to, they had to gut the roster, but the Celtics will be a formidable foe. And then this is where oh boy. So then you go from, like I said, you got Boston at home. Then you get a 3-game road trip off rip, right? At Denver, at the Clippers, at OKC. Oh, my goodness. Listen, man, this team wants to get to where they need to get to. You got to beat the man to beat the man. They're going to have to at least get one W. I don't know. I mean, they always play up against the Clippers. That's good. They always play up against the Clippers. Zion kills the Clippers, but the Nuggets, oh, boy. And OKC, we know what that's about. OKC, they might as well be named BTA because they put belt to you-know-what every time we see OKC. So, y'all see it. Y'all see it. I'm not going to sit there and have to try and, smooth that over. Y'all know what's going on. So, then you get a gimme. You get Charlotte at home. Thank goodness you get a gimme. You got to win. That might be the most important win on this schedule is that Charlotte game. You cannot lose to LaMelo playing 20 games and whatever they got going on in Charlotte. Cannot lose that game. Then you get another road stretch. So in your first 10 games, 7 of them are on the road, right? 7 of them are on the road. So you get at Dallas, so you get to see Cooper Flag at Dallas. Then you go at San Antonio again, go see Wemby and the boys. And then you're at Phoenix. That should be a gimme. All right, well, who they got? Book, Jalen Green, and then a Scorpion and Jalapeno Pepper. Like, they have nothing on the Suns right now. They are completely trying to rebuild that team. So your first 10 games, 7 of them are on the road, and your teams at home are the Spurs, Boston, and Charlotte. So, look, I know a couple years back, the Pelicans were road warriors. Like, they played better on the road than they do in the Smoothie King Center. So, we shall see if that translates to this year. It usually happens when you have a younger team, because they don't have, like, to lead their families and all that. But we gonna know. I just know that's a gauntlet. Your first 10, that's a gauntlet. All right, how many playoff teams this is? So, Boston was in the playoffs last year. Denver was in the playoffs last year. The Clippers were in the playoffs last year. OKC was in the playoffs last year. And it's okay, so about 4 teams. We'll see what the Spurs and Dallas look like this year. But overall, I think that's a pretty tough stretch in the beginning of the season. Your first 10 is pretty difficult. And they you got to go 6-4. Got to go 6-4. Or, 7-3 would be nice. You got to go 6-4. So just as important as it is to start the season, is damn near just as important how you end the season. So this is the Pelicans' last 10 games of the year that probably going to determine where they're at in seeding, if they're going to make the playoffs, or going to be in the play-in, or whatever. This stretch right here, like I said in the beginning, that first 10 starting off right, and your last 10. So let's look. Started off at the Knicks, Madison Square Garden. Usually, if Zion is still healthy at the moment, he does rise to the occasion. Trey Murphy does rise to the occasion too, so we'll see. In the Garden, at the Knicks. It's going to be a ruckus environment, but, we'll see how that goes. Then you're at Detroit. Another Trajan Langford project going on up there. Detroit's on the up and up. Cade Cunningham and the boys, so we'll see about that. Then you're at Toronto. You're in the 6th. Formidable folks out there in the 6th. Brandon Xavier Ingram. He's going to try and have something to say about that. So he's going to try and win that game really, really bad. I mean, they play early in the year too, but I just know for this one day in Toronto, Brandon Ingram's going to try and put on the show. Oh, and keep in mind that Detroit and Toronto game, back-to-backs. So let's keep going. So then you follow it up. You're at home against the Houston Rockets, and then you're on the road again at Portland, at Sacramento, another back-to-back, and then you have Orlando at home, Utah at home, and then you end the season on the road at Boston, at Minnesota. Okay, let's break this down. So out of those 10 games, obviously at Minnesota at the end of the year is going to be, that's 2 Western Conference teams that are trying to make the playoffs. That game will have some type of implications if the Pelicans have a season like they're supposed to. Utah, that should be a gimme. Orlando, Orlando and the in the past, the Pelicans, I don't know what it is. The Pelicans just can never beat Orlando. I don't know what it has been recently, but Orlando just, I guess it's just like the matchup. Like they're pretty big up front. The Pelicans are not. Well, that was last year, so we'll see how this year looks. But Orlando, you don't have really much of beating Orlando in like the last 2 or 3 years. At Sacramento, you own them. At Portland, you own them. Oh, you don't really own Portland because Portland, you kind of been splitting that series with Portland. Unfortunately, you should be dominating Portland, but now I think Portland's going to be pretty improved this year, and then you got the Rockets at home. That KD, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. So look, I get it. It's the NBA. Everybody can play. Everybody's going to be good, but I just feel like the Pelicans' first 10 and their last 10 are, oh boy. And that's really going to determine the season. Obviously, if guys get hurt or whatnot, or, I hate that I have to throw in getting hurt in the narrative. Like that, I'm so sick of having to say that now to think about it. I didn't probably said that about 3-4 times in this video, like, if guys get hurt or, cause like, it's like programmed in your head as a Pelicans fan, just to be like, well, our best guys are going to get hurt. Like, I get it. It's the NBA. Injuries going to happen. Guys are going to sit here. Okay, you're going to have load management and all that going on. But it's like, I'm already deferring to the fact that somebody's going to get hurt. I got to stop that. That is such loser talk. I'm just disgusted. I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm just disgusted that I'm over here. Oh, yeah, maybe somebody probably going to get hurt. Like, sorry, guys. I'm just upset that I've said that up like 3-4 times in this video about how somebody's probably going to get hurt. So if you win a couple games, you should be okay. Like, stop it. It's a long season, but I just feel like how they start this year going to say a lot about the team. It's going to say a lot about has Zion been putting in the work. It's going to say a lot that is Willie Green focused on his craft and he's not just sitting there arms folded, calling elbow and just, Jose, come on, like, and not doing that type of ordeal. We're going to see your first 10, your last 10. Hopefully the Pelicans are still in the race at the last 10 and they're not sitting there like they were this year, playing Lester Quinones, Keon Brooks. Who else we had? Not Keon Brooks. Who else? I mean, I guess you said Kelly Olynyk or whatnot, but just grabbing Randy Scrandies off the street and inserting them into your lineup. Guys that will not be in the NBA. Unfortunately, I hate to say it. Brandon Boston Jr. has signed overseas. He's one of your better players last year, so you don't want to have that again. You don't want to do that again. You don't want to have that same song and dance again. But overall, if they want to get to where they need to get to, y'all let me know down in the comments if y'all feel the same way. Y'all just let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about anything. I think this team, first 10, they need to start off hot. Have to. Cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's called insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You can't start the season slow and think like you're going to be able to just shake back. You're the Pelicans. You need to go on some win streaks. Team needs to go on some win streaks if they really want to get to where they need to get to. And they got to be locked in to end the season because your first 10 and your last 10, you got some road challenges there. NBA did not throw you any bones. No bones. And also, if you still made it to this point of the video, the Pelicans only have two nationally televised games next year. Dos. Look how the mighty have fallen. Even though we've not been that mighty, but look how the mighty have fallen. I remember when Zion first got here, the Pelicans damn near were always on national TV and Zion was never playing. Now you're in year 7 of Zion Williamson, going into year 7, and you get 2 nationally televised games. So that's what everybody thinks about us. Go look at any offseason grade. Fs. So it's up to these boys to prove everybody wrong. It's us against the world, man. I'm telling y'all. It's New Orleans versus everybody else. Y'all don't believe it? Go look. Go just type in, how everybody else is talking about the Pelicans, how everybody else feels about the Pelicans. We're getting laughed at. So we'll see if Joe Dumars comes through. And if not, my head will be on the chopping block. Subscribe to my main channel down below in the description. I'll be talking about more everything else but basketball over there. So various other topics specifically. I mean, it's probably going to be a lot of sports. I'm a sports guy and I like the Saints, but I just like football. But anyways, go subscribe. Y'all enjoy y'all weekends, man. And I've been your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens, and I'm signing out. Peace.